Hey guys, it's Stacy and today I'm here to do my April wrap-up. I already filmed this video once, but I didn't like how it came out, and so sorry for all of this. If I don't film it now, I'm never going to film it. But I read a total of 8 books in April, which is less than I normally read, but I did read some pretty freaking awesome books, and I did read some books I did not like at all. So let's get on with this wrap up. The first book I completed in April was The Serpents Shadow by Rick Riordan, and I gave this 2.5 out of 5 stars. I was so disappointed with this book. The first one was kind of meh, but the second one was so freaking amazing and I loved it. But my characters felt different. Sadie felt like a completely different character. The only one that felt like familiar in like they did in the last 2 books was Carter. And I kind of skimmed a lot of this book. I was just not as invested as I was in the second book, which is really sad because I adore the second book. But this one, and there were things that happened in here that I did not like. If you've read this, the Walt and Anubis thing, you know if you've read this. I didn't like that. I don't like how that happened, and I thought that was a cop-out. But so I gave this 2.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was a reread, and that was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and I stuck with my original rating of 4 stars. I did enjoy this more the second time around because I think I knew going in the annoying bits that I was not gonna like, and I'm so used to the show now. I'm used to like show Isabel, and book Isabel I don't like, but so I kind of but I did enjoy it more than I did the first time. So I am rereading this with a group of people on Instagram. So I'm excited to start City of Ashes this month in May, so I kept this at 4 stars. This next book I read has become one of my favorites. It is freaking phenomenal and amazing, and that is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was so beautiful, and I don't know why I didn't pick this up sooner because this book is amazing, like amazing, amazing, amazing. And like, if you have not read this book, read it. Go into it blind. Don't know anything about it. Just know there's a girl named Kelsey who is fucking badass, and I love her, and I'm already reading the second book, so this book was phenomenal, so read it. The next book I read also became one of my favorite books this month, and it is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This book was beautiful, heart-wrenching, funny, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I laughed, I cried. It was a fun time. If you have not read this book, please read it. It is everything we need to read now with everything that's going on. It is inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, and that's all you should need to know to want to read it because it's amazing. Its own voices. It's beautiful. Star is an amazing main character, and I have a whole video on why you should read this, so, but read it. It's great. I loved it. Probably my favorite contemporary now. The next book I read was the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. This is a collection of novellas about Magnus Bane. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed the later novellas more than the first ones. Like the first 2 or 3 I skimmed hardcore because, I don't know, Magnus was different in them. I guess because it was older, like younger Magnus back in the way before the Infernal Devices and stuff, but we got to see Alec, and we got to see Tessa, Jim, and Will, so those are my favorites. So this was good. I'm glad I read it because I wanted to know more about Magnus, but overall, some of the stories I just did not care for, but some of them I freaking adored. The next book I read was Unravel by Tahara Mafi, and I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. This was a major letdown for me. I love Shatter Me, but this one, I didn't like this book. Not at all. I didn't like it. Like, I liked some bits of it, but I don't like Warner. I mean, he's supposed to get better, but he's manipulative and abusive, and he tortured Juliet, so I don't know why he's the main ship, and I'm pretty sure they're going to end up together, so I don't know why that's happening, and I don't agree with it. I am going to read the last book because I'm hoping it redeems itself, and there's like 3 more books coming out, but I think Warner is abusive, so if you can disagree with me, but just because he loves her does not excuse his shitty actions, so 3.5 stars. I'm mad at this book. The next book I read was Rise of Fire by Sophie Jordan. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This is the concluding novel to this duology, and I love the first one. I love this one. This one kind of irritated me because things were happening and I didn't want them to happen. But that epilogue, though, it's just... And this book is really short. It's not even 300 pages, but so much crap happened in this book, and I loved it. This is very cheesy, angsty YA fantasy, and sometimes you just need this, and you just can't help but love them. I love Fowler and Luna, like OTP goals right here. My babies, I love them. And the last book I read was 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. I had no intention of reading this book, but my sister read it, and she wanted me to read it because she said I would hate it. And I did not like this book. I gave it 2 out of 5, maybe 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's just, like, okay. I didn't understand a lot of this book. Like, I felt like, I don't know. A lot of shit happened in this book, and, like, I don't like Hannah's reasoning by some things, and I thought this book was very problematic and harmful. For some people it might not be, because my best friend loves this book, but for me it was very harmful and problematic, and I did not agree with a lot of things in this book. I did not agree how a lot of things went about in this book. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I read it in a day, mostly. I started it, but I kept getting annoyed with it, but so I just kind of powered through it at work one day. But I'm gonna watch a TV show, but I am gonna watch it with my sister because I think the TV show is going to be very harmful for me as well. But this book, like, it did not bring out the emotions in me that it should have. For, like, a lot of people it does. Like, I don't agree with this book at all. So I'm thinking about doing a review for, like, the TV show and the book in one video, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I think it's harmful and problematic. So those are all the books I read in April, and you'll probably see this outfit again because if I edit this and upload this today, I'm going to film my book haul because I am behind on videos. So yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Bye!